I'm here with 16-year-old Rome Schubert, along with his mother Sherry. And Rome took cover when the shooter entered his art classroom, not realizing until he finally escaped that he had been shot in the head. And thank you both for joining me. Thank you so much for that. And Rome, how are you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling really good, just a little sore.
Yeah, I see you with the Band-Aid.
Yes, sir.
Band-Aid on your neck. And you escaped the classroom after the shooter went into another room. But your escape, you were telling me you had to scale a 7-foot wall. You ran where we are when the building is obviously hundreds of yards away. When did you realize you had been shot?
About 200, 300 feet away from the actual wall that I had jumped over. I was running and I looked down, noticed a little blood on my shirt, thought it was somebody else's, and somebody had told me that I actually had been shot in the back of the head.
And you didn't feel it?
I did not feel it.
Oh, wow. So you were taken to the hospital. At the hospital, they treated you and released you in a matter of hours. So what did the doctor say about the wound?
They told me that there was no bullet fragments in there. The bullet went straight through the back of my head and out the side of my head. And that if it would have been anywhere else, any up, down, sideways, diagonal, anywhere, that I could have been paralyzed or killed.
Any just a slight little millimeter of movement. And Sherry, I mean, this must be frightening for you to hear. First of all, Rome, I mean, he's in the hospital, didn't have a phone, wasn't able to contact you. So when you finally did hear from him, what was that feeling like?
Oh, I just wailed. I just screamed. I was in the car with my friends who just said, "Park, we're coming to get you." And at this point, they knew that, you know, Rome, something was happening with Rome, because all of our friends were calling and saying, "Hey, I've talked to my child. Have you talked to your child? I've talked to my child. Have you talked?" And I never could get through to him. He still wasn't calling me. And everybody, and so all of our community, our baseball family, they all had talked to their kids, but I still hadn't talked to Rome yet. And so my friend picked me up and she was like, "Let's go to the hospital." And then he's so smart. He asked the nurse if he could call his mom and let him know where he was.
Which I'm sure you were relieved once you got that call. But this school, Sherry, it has the active shooter drills. They have 2 police officers, gun-carrying police officers here on campus throughout the day. They were actually implementing a program to arm some teachers as well. So this school was as prepared as any that you could imagine. Did you think that this could happen here?
Sadly, I did.
Really? What makes you say that?
Because I feel like it's a pattern with these shootings, and nothing has changed after each one of them. We go through the pattern. It's like the shooting happens, our threats or prayers are with you, we debate gun control, then we're numb, and it goes away, and then there's another shooting.
So what do you think needs to happen in order to make a change?
Well, I think we need to address mental illness and just being there for thy neighbor, and not ignoring those who seem like they need help. And parenting, like, know what your kid is doing. You know, I know what my kid's doing. He is accounted for at all times. He has friends because I took him to parties and I did things with him, and, you know, we know what he was about. I knew what he was about. I know what he's putting on social media. I know what Rome is doing. I am invested in Rome.
Yeah, you're being a parent to your
Yes,
to your son.
I parent. Parenting is priority.
I agree with you 100% on that. And Rome, you had this. You were shot in the back of the head, but you went out and played a baseball game on Saturday. Why was it so important to get back on the field and playing a game?
Just to show the community that there's some light on this, and I kind of bring everybody up and just give a little feeling of hope. I just wanted to be out there for all my friends and show them that I'm still there with them.
And you wore the initials of all the victims on your wrist.
Yes, sir.
And I gotta say, you talked about the team and community and all the players getting together. Come on in here, you guys. Come on. We got all these players here who showed up. Hurry up. We gotta hurry up here. All these guys showed up this morning to support their teammates, and it just is a family community here, you guys. And you know, as you see, there's a lot of love out here at Santa Fe High School. So I'm gonna throw it back and send our love back to you guys.
There is a lot of love there, Michael. Thank you. so much, and glad that Rome is doing as well as he is. And kudos to his mother, Sherry, for everything she said about parenting.
It was spot on.
Spot on. And what she also said about the pattern. We get into these patterns and saying thoughts and prayers and the debate, and nothing changes.
And then we all become numb, but we have to make some big changes. And she made some very excellent points.
She did.
I agree.
Powerful.